Hi Maciej, how are you? You are working so hard. I'm really impressed. Please tell us when your exam is. I think it must be coming up soon because you are really going for it and you're doing such good stuff. What I have done here in red are the things that I love. So you've got some really good stuff in here. It's reading really naturally, you understand the question really well, and hey, the word count is much better, so well done working hard just to get the length of it down. That's good. Probably didn't take you quite so long. Okay, so this is all about employees staying in the same jobs or switching jobs. To what extent? So you're going to give me some arguments and then you're going to give me your opinion. I think you should boost your conclusion a little bit. This looks a little bit short. Maybe make a prediction at the end of that. And yes, it's important to maintain mental health, and tell me why this is going to be more and more valuable in the future. Something like that. Just another line I think you need there. But here we go. The issue of having the same job for life, I would just say, you don't need to say for the whole life, has been debated. Yes, this is fantastic. Absolutely lovely, really strong, very good. And you're going to introduce your essay here, which is perfect. So on the one hand, so really good introduction. On the one hand, one place of work for life seems to sound encouraging. I would say maybe tempting instead of encouraging, as it can provide security. Yeah. People work to earn a living and then they find a hobby. Yes, this is really good. Find a hobby beyond their job. Yes. For example, a survey by government showed approximately 67% of working adults expect only, or maybe anticipate, or so you need to have only would come before expect. So either only expect to make, or only anticipate making a living from their employment. Yes, so it's really important to them, exactly. Therefore, if someone expects or needs or demands or hopes for a secure and stable work, expects secure and stable to earn money for the basic needs, one job for a whole life is better. Yes, okay. All right, that's fine, that's clear. So I wasn't quite sure where you were going there. But yeah, that's absolutely fine. I'm wondering if we can repeat lifetime employment rather than using the word job the whole time. The biggest problem, I think, in this essay is adding enough words, so showing a variety of lexis. So instead of jobs, you can have, employment, occupation, or something like that, just to vary your language a bit. And your other dangerous word here is bored. We need to have some better words for that, okay? So have a look at bored in the dictionary or the thesaurus and see how many different words you can find to add instead. So on the other hand, many people know burned out is the phrasal verb that we use, but it's too informal for this kind of essay. So I would say exhausted by doing the same job for a longer part or for the majority of their lives. This is mainly due to the fact that yes, I really like this. It's very interesting. And that instead of gets bored, I would say is understimulated by repetition of the same work many times, or by repetition of the same work, something like that. So for instance, a study by Oxford University indicated that volunteers repeating the same task got bored, were or lost interest 3 times earlier than controls. I'm not sure what you mean by controls, but I assume you mean the control within the experiment, but you maybe say controlled experiment or experiment controls, who repeated 4 different tasks with no problem or something. So tell me why, tell me the contrast between these two. Thus, not only do people decide for a job switch, people deciding to look for a job switch search a better salary, but they're also trying to avoid boredom. Okay, so I get your example. Just trying to sort out this word boredom to make the whole thing sound a little bit more academic, and then I think just boost your conclusion a tiny bit there. But otherwise, really good stuff. You know you're absolutely doing all the right things, and I'm just picking holes because that's what I have to do. But it's really good. I think you're doing so well. Here we go. Pie chart. Yes, you've done this really nicely as well, because there's there's quite a lot to say, but also it's quite boring. So you've done absolutely the right thing in picking out the most important information. Okay, just take on that word count there. 147, a little bit short. You need to get up to 150, so you could add on a little something there. So you've introduced the graph, absolutely right, that's fine. Highest percentage of the crop production in France was cotton. Yeah, so you've used superlative here, which is perfect, really nice, which is cotton, whilst the second rates were, yep, and you told me what they were, okay. So that's all fine, and then I would take that down to a new line. Almost a similar rate, close to 1/5 of the whole, yes, very good putting in a word there rather than a number, was noted for barley. On the other end, I would say on the opposite end, rice farming, you don't need to put there was, rice farming demonstrated a rate 10 times smaller than cotton. Yes, a very good comparative. Nevertheless, the lowest was corn. Yeah, okay. So sugar, approximately half the total of barley and wheat. But tell me what it was, because we haven't mentioned a number yet for sugar, I don't think. So tell me what it was. Yeah, you put sugar there, but you could repeat here. Again, something else about sugar. Yeah, at 20, whatever, but significantly lower than cotton. Yeah. Okay. Good. And then overall, the majority of cotton rice was sugar, yeah, which is 2 times higher than cotton. Okay. They are difficult because it's very difficult to avoid being to repeating again and again. So I think you've made your contrast about rice and corn being the smallest. Is there anything else you could say grouping these three together? So you've grouped them here. You've grouped sugar and wheat. Maybe you can say one other thing here, adding that to include barley in that statistic as well. And then again, maybe make the point that, you know, cotton is a lot higher than the others. You said it's the highest, and then, you know, where you put here cotton percentage, develop that a little bit, give me another line on how much higher that is. And yes, you've got significantly lower than cotton percentage, which was a dramatic X% higher even than the other one here, sugar. So you're trying to fill up that space, and so I would just put one more sentence in there. But your layout is very good. You've given me the highlights, you've given me some numbers, you haven't just given me percentages all the way through, so it was quite easy to read, which is really, really good. Yeah, as I say, I put one more sentence in there, grouping together, because you've done the group, but then give me a little bit more information about the cotton there, and then you've summed it up nicely. So what's that crop spelling there? But so this looks very good. Well done again, and you're doing so well. I'm really impressed, and thank you very much.